Hello and welcome to Metallics.co.nz. My name's Alex Tilford and I know I haven't been around for a couple of weeks because I've been working on quite a few projects. So I'm just doing a few quick tips at the moment and I'll probably start uploading these to my YouTube account because I can, and because Vimeo is pretty good for doing long videos. YouTube's really good for doing short videos. So today I'm going to be looking at background images. If you don't know how to use background images in Blender, well, today you are going to learn. So what you've got over in here is the side panel over here, which I call the properties panel, but you can basically call it whatever you want. A lot of people refer to it as properties panel, transform panel, or most common is probably called the N menu, because the N button is the button that brings it out. So if you can't see that there, just press N while you're hovering over your 3D viewport. As it won't work over in these. It will work over here because this is part of your 3D viewport. If you didn't know about this one, by the way, that is T, brings out that one because that's your toolbar, and that's your N menu. Alright, so background images. You'll see that all the way down the bottom, you should see one saying background images. Obviously I've got a few extra ones down here because I've got some add-ons, but yeah, you should see background images. Now when you use a background image, you'll need to check that and then click add an image. Now you get a little box that pops up. Now it says not set because there's no image there at the moment. So what you got to do is you got to go open. You have to navigate to your image. So I might go to, where is it? Let's see if I can find my reference images. No, I don't know where I put them. In my book folder, I think. References. Alright, so let's load in top orthographic or side orthographic. And now you can see that we have a image down here. Now you see that it's not popping up here. If I press 3 to go into side view, it's still not popping up. The reason for this is because you need to press 5, which takes you into orthographic view. Background images don't work in perspective view. Alright, so now that we've got that up there, we can now increase the opacity or decrease it, however you like. And you can also fiddle around with the size. For this particular tutorial that the podcast is for, I used about 12.5, and you can see it's about right there. And you can also move it left and right with the X, and up and down with the Y. And if you hold shift and do it, then you get a much more subtle change. So I could move that right into place right there if I felt so inclined. Alright, now you've got one other thing. So if you press 1, you can see in front view it's still there. That's because you need to change the axis over to right. Now it will only be in the right hand view. So it won't be in the front or the top or the camera or anything like that, just the right. So you can do that with as many as you want. For example, if we want to edit a top one, and we'll go over to references and we'll go top orthographic. Now in the top we now have another image in. So placing that there, now you can see that we've got a little bit of a problem where they don't line up. Now this is a very tedious part about reference images, is lining these up. So you just drag them around like that and you see that this cube roughly lines up. I know that that's a perfect cylinder, but you might not. You might actually have to start modeling your object beforehand. Right, so I'm going to line it up with the front of that there. Now from top view, I can see I need to take this one here all the way up along the Y to about there. And we now have it lined up. Let's add in something else. Let's go add in one on the front, just one last one. Front, open, references, and let's go front orthographic. And now you can see this one here needs to be lined up as well. So I'm going to increase the opacity, drag it across a bit, up a bit, and you see we need to bring the size up. This one here I'm going to put it at 7.2, same as my last one, and you see that's way too big. And just dragging it across and lining it up like so. Alright, so now you can see that we now have it lined up in 3 different views. And that is how you use background images in Blender. I'm using 2.57 by the way, if you were wondering. Alright, so that's it for today. Actually I'll probably record one more, just because I can. So yeah, my name's Alex Telford and you are on metallics.co.nz.